Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest updates. We start with error-prone left back Marcos Alonso, as it has been reported that Barcelona's interest in the left back has cooled down. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Ferran Jutla, who have recently had an interview talking about Barcelona exit, Xavi, Camp Nou, and his potential return to Barca. We are also going to be looking at what he had to say in that interview. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and please make sure to watch it right up to the very end. Barca! 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 The summer transfer window of 2022 is already one to remember for Barcelona fans. After signing incredible players such as Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, Andreas Christensen, Jules Koundé, and Franck Kessié, Barcelona seemed to be targeting Julian Foyth. Marcos Alonso's signing from Chelsea was said to be complete as well, for a sum of around 5 to 10 million euros. However, in what would possibly serve as good news for Barcelona fans, David Ornstein reports that their interest in the Spaniard has cooled down. This comes on the back of Chelsea's official offer of 18 million euros plus Alonso, offer for Aubameyang. Barca have no interest in accepting the player as part of a deal and only want cash. Further, there have also been reports floating about the sports management's trust in teenager defender Alejandro Balde. The youngster had a fantastic pre-season and is in line to replace Jordi Alba at left back, following the veterans' lousy display against Rayo Vallecano. Initially, it was believed that Balde would leave on loan or permanently with a buyback option after Alonso's signing was complete, but any sort of exit is now ruled out. Chelsea have already replaced Alonso with Marco Correa in the squad, which makes the Spaniard's future a whole lot interesting. 11 days are still left in the transfer window, and anything could still happen. With the way things are going, I very much doubt if Alonso will really make it to the Camp Nou. We have barely 11 days or so for this transfer window to come to a close, and nothing progressive in the Marcos Alonso pursuit. As much as most Barca fans, including me, have not really been of that idea of bringing a 31-year-old Marcos Alonso at left back, knowing fully well that we have Alejandro Balde, a player from our academy who is so talented. We saw him at pre-season doing magical things at that left back spot. If we have such a player, why should we sell and bring in a player of 30s or in his 30s? And I think if Barca can reason things out this time around and try to trust Balde, put him in that left back spot, and of course give him the trust, give him the faith, then I think he'll play well. And I'm so happy we got reports the other day saying that the game against Sociedad, which is tomorrow Sunday, Balde will be the one to start at that left back ahead of Jordi Alba. And I think if Balde can start that game as it has been reported and he plays so well, then I think it will be something great to watch. But I just believe that Xavi needs to trust that guy. We are in the rebuilding phase. It's not a matter of bringing players again in their 30s. Just imagine that Barca wanted to bring Alonso, bring Cesar Azpilicueta, who is in their 30s, and you are talking about building a squad. How can you be saying you're building a squad? Your two fullbacks are all in their late 30s, and you are talking about building a squad. It will just be for a short term, and that is what Xavi failed to understand. So I think if Alejandro Balde can be trusted by the manager and to play the left back position, I think most Barca fans will prefer that, including me. I would prefer that. So let's see how it goes. So they are saying that the pursuit for Marcos Alonso have drastically cooled down. So the player is right now in a state of limbo. Right now, Chelsea have already replaced him with Marco Correa at left back slot, but I'm not saying the deal has been completely ruled out. Things are still happening, but Barca, the interest that Barca once had, have not really been there again. Maybe because of Alejandro Balde, maybe the board, the Barca board trying to, advise the coaching staff about Balde, try to, to play games as well in that left back role. Because Alba is a mess. Alba is not consistent again. The game against Vallecano, we saw Alba doing some very inconsistent displays in that game, and it was not a good idea for Xavi to trust Alba throughout that game. So let's see what happens in the weeks to come. Then on to the next story of discussion. Ferran Jutla signed for Barcelona in 2021 from Espanyol B and was boosted into the senior team by Xavi against Osasuna. The Spaniard eventually registered 9 games for Barca, scoring 2 goals. His rise to the first team was penned down by possible suitors, but after Barcelona signed Aubameyang, Adama Traore, and Ferran Torres in the winter, Jutla moved back to the reserves for the rest of the season. The confidence did him a world of good, though, as he ended up scoring up to 13 goals in just 17 appearances for the Barca Athletic from January onwards. In the summer, he finalized a move to Club Brugge and has been a sensational start to life in Belgium. Jutla has scored and assisted 2 goals in 4 appearances in the Belgian league and has taken his impressive form to talk about life at Barcelona in a recent interview with 11 Sports. On playing at the Camp Nou, he said, "It was unbelievable when you look at that big stadium full of people. At that stage, I was used to playing with an attendance of just 1,000 people." On scoring against Elche, he said, "It was incredible. Players like Busquets, Dembele, and all other stars came over to celebrate my goal. It was a feeling of pure joy." On leaving Barcelona, he said, "When Barcelona signed Oba, Ferran, and Adama, I know things were going to be so difficult. Things had changed. Eventually, Xavi called me. He told me I'm a great player, but that I did not fit into his plans for the new project. He wished me all the best." Then on playing for Barcelona, Jutla said, "I had a notebook and started writing down all things that stood out to me with the first team. The intensity of the training sessions was so high, I learned a lot." On returning to Barca, he said, "Yes, you never know in your life. If I do things well, I can return. But right now, I am focused on developing as a player. It would be an honor. Barcelona are one of the biggest clubs in the world." So those are the words from Ferran Jutla about his time at Barca and what he expects in the future. Great words there from him. What a great young striker he is. I hope Barca can bring him back one day to the Camp Nou. He's a very, very talented striker. And even though it did not came down too well to most Barca fans that he was sold, of course, after giving the way he performed at the Barca B, scored 15 goals in just 17 games. I mean, he was on fire. But Xavi unfortunately told him that he was not part of his project moving forward. So we can hear from him he's still dreaming of one day coming back to the Camp Nou to play, play for Barcelona. It's a dream to play back for Barcelona, as he admitted. So far, so good for him over there at Belgium. He's a good player there. He have already scored twice and assisted twice in just 4 games. So great start for him there. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, it's bye-bye.